Hello students, today we are going to complete the poem that we started in the last lesson on Jennifer's Tiger by Elrine Rich. Alright, this poem has 3 quatrains. What do you mean by quatrains, children? 3 paragraphs of 4 lines each. When a paragraph has 4 lines, it is known as quatrain. Alright, so the title of the poem is On Jennifer's Tiger and it has been written by Elrine Rich. A small introduction of the writer of this poem I have already given you in the first lesson. She was a feminist poet and this poem is a feminist poem. Alright, what do you mean by feminist poem or a feminist writer? When someone advocates the rights of women, it is known as a feminist poet or a feminist poem. Alright, Elrine Rigg must have suffered a lot in her life because 17 whole years she was in her life, but finally she got separated when she underwent some transformation. Alright, and she had written several feminist poems, clear, and this is one of them. And let's revise what we studied in the first lesson, a quick revision of what we did in the first lesson, and then we are going to proceed with the second and the third quatrain also. I told you Aunt Jennifer is a synecdoche that has been used here. What do you mean by synecdoche? Synecdoche is when you use a particular thing to represent the entire community. Now here Aunt Jennifer is the name of a lady, but this lady is just an example and she is just representing the entire women community, the community of married ladies. All right, and tigers here, in the title we have tigers, and tigers here are symbolism of 2 things. One is the desire of Aunt Jennifer and all the other ladies, married ladies, the desire to have freedom. All right, and second thing is tigers here also denote the male dominating society which are uncared and not bothered about the females or the women they are married to. All right, so this is the title. Theme I have already told you, children. Male chauvinism, alright, male dominating society, the patriarchy that is prevailing in the society, the evils of patriarchy that are prevailing in the society. The males are so authoritative, oppressive, alright. So all these things, gender discrimination, which is such a big plight in our society, is the theme of this poem. And the evils of all this put a very bad impact on the life of a lady, of a married lady. A married lady, is struggling for her existence. She wants to pursue something, she wants to pursue her dreams and desires, but she is unable to. And why is she unable to, children? Because she is so burdened by her married life. She is not supported by her husband. She is struggling even to live. She is struggling for even a free life, and hence she is not able to pursue her dreams and desires. So this is the theme of the poem, children. Now let me tell you, let's have a quick revision of the first paragraph that we have already read. Alright, now in the first paragraph, I told you, children, that Aunt Jennifer, who is a representative here of the entire women community, alright, Aunt Jennifer is embroidering a tiger, a prancing tiger on a tapestry. Alright, now what do you mean by this line? Aunt Jennifer is embroidering a tiger on a fabric. Clear? Why is she embroidering a tiger on a tapestry or a fabric or a panel? She is embroidering a tiger to create an alternate world. Whatever she is feeling within her, she is actually creating opposite. Whatever she is suffering within from, she is scared. She is full of anxiety. She is full of fear because of her married life. She is suppressed and oppressed by the male dominating society, right? But opposite to that, she is embroidering on the panel, on the tapestry, on the cloth, all right? And what is she embroidering? Tiger. Tiger, which is a symbol of chivalry. Tiger was a symbol of bravery, gallant, courage, courteousness, elegance. and so many other things, right? So she is embroidering just opposite to what she is suffering from. All right, she is embroidering a tiger to represent her desires, her expression of fear. Clear? Now she has drawn a tiger, she has embroidered a tiger which is topaz and topaz denizen. Now what do we mean by this line? The color of the tiger is topaz, that is yellowish brown color, or a bright yellowish brown color, and also the which is also opposite, inside her is darkness. All right, and she's embroidering bright colors. And second thing, denizens, tiger is a resident of lush green open environment. All right, but here Aunt Jennifer is living in foundations of her married life. All right, so she is embroidering a complete opposite to what she is suffering within. All right, now in the first paragraph, in the third line, we also read that the tiger is not at all afraid of any man who's ready to hunt him even. All right, the tiger is not bothered about anything what is happening around him. Clear? But Aunt Jennifer, contrary to this, has to take care of everything, of every work that she has to do, of her husband also. Of course, she cannot live a carefree life. All right, she has to take care of all her work, all her ordeals, challenges. All right, all her tasks that she is supposed to complete. All right, so she is complete opposite to what she is embroidering. And in the last line we saw that she is drawing a sleek chivalric creature. Chivalric is the character, sleek and chivalric are denoting all the character traits of tiger that I've already mentioned. All right, that is very courageous, brave, gallant, courteous, right, and elegant, shiny, glossy. All right, and all these are character traits of tiger, and she wishes to be, or she wishes to live a life like a tiger. So this is what we read in the first paragraph. Now I'm going to tell you what is there in the second and the third paragraph. Aunt Jennifer's finger fluttering through the wool find even the ivory needle hard to pull. The massive weight of Uncle's wedding band sits heavily upon Aunt Jennifer's hand. Now here in this paragraph, the lady is embroidering a tiger, all right? But while doing so, while expressing her desire or while pursuing her wish to, embroider something, she loves to embroider, maybe she loves to embroider, and she's embroidering a tiger, all right. But while doing so, her fingers are fluttering. What do you mean by fluttering? Moving in an aimless way, in an aimless manner, shivering, quivering, all right. So her hands are shaking like anything while she is embroidering a tiger. Why are her hands shivering and quivering? Because of the fear that she has within, because she is scared of her husband, because of the anxiety that she is suffering from. All right, because she is nervous that is she supposed to do the embroidery or not? All right, so she is so afraid that her hands are shivering, and through the wool is what? The material that is used to embroider the tiger, right? So she is, her hands are shivering, and she is unable to even, her fingers are so frail, weak, that she is unable to even pull the wool out of the fabric through the ivory needle. Ivory needle, the hard needle that is used to embroider something, right? We use a needle, a fabric, and wool to embroider something, isn't it? So she is unable to even hold these things. Why? Because of the burden that she is facing or she is tolerating in her married life. She is suffering the male dominance in her life. She is not at all happy in her married life, isn't it? Is not these things denoting all this? Though it has not been clearly told in this poem, but through the words we get to know that she is suffering from male dominance. She is so afraid that she cannot do whatever she wishes to. All right, the massive weight of Uncle's wedding band sits heavily upon Aunt Jennifer's hand. Now, what is wedding band here, children? Wedding band is the wedding ring. All right. Now here the wedding band is a symbol that of the marriage of Aunt Jennifer with the so-called uncle, which is mentioned in the poem. All right. So Aunt Jennifer is married, of course, and that ring that she is wearing is so very heavy. All right. Is the ring so heavy? Can the ring be so heavy? No. But that ring is putting so much burden on the life of Aunt Jennifer that she is unable to live a decent life, a free life. She is unable to do whatever she wishes to. Alright, so that's why that ring is actually so burdensome on her, is putting so much burden on the life of Aunt Jennifer, and it is sitting on her hand, and that's why she's even unable to do what she is doing. She is even unable to present her art. What art is she presenting? She is embroidering a tiger. And due to that ring, due to her marriage, due to the foundations of society, of the rituals, the customs, the traditions that the society imposes only upon a woman, she is unable to present her art. She is unable to present her talent, and the talent is embroidery. All right, and she is so burdened by the society that she fails to even pull a hard needle. Needle is also very lightweight, isn't it? We all have picked a needle, so it is also of a very lightweight. But this lady is unable to pull that needle even. How bad a life she must be leading. How a terrified life she must be living. Let's concentrate on the word meanings. Fluttering means shivering in an aimless manner, shivering, quivering, all right? So fluttering means that. Massive means a huge, heavy, an extremely heavy thing, all right? So, and wedding band means wedding ring. So these are three hard words that we have seen the meanings of. Let's concentrate on the poetic devices that have been used in the poem. Hyperbole. I think I have not yet explained you hyperbole, children. What is hyperbole? Hyperbole is when some few words are used to exaggerate a particular thing. What do you mean by exaggeration? When we are showing a limit of something, and in order to show too much, we actually extend it too much. Example, if I say I haven't slept for centuries, is it possible that we did not sleep for centuries? No. But just to show a long time, what have I used here? Centuries, right? I have not visited that place for 20 years. Alright, but that might not be true. I must have not visited that place for a long time, but still I am using that word. Like in Corona, we used to say we have not visited the market since ages. Right, sadiyon se nahi gaye. So that was a hyperbole. All right, so hyperbole is exaggeration. So wedding ring is really very light in weight, but here what words have been used for it is massive weight. Massive means a huge extreme weight. So hyperbole has been used here. Symbolism, wedding band is the symbol of the marriage between uncle and aunt. Alright, so it is a symbol. Now imagery, the first line is creating an image in our mind. What do you mean by imagery? When through few words, the writer is successfully creating an image in our minds, it is known as imagery. Now as soon as we read this line, Aunt Jennifer is fluttering through the wool, an image is created in our minds. And what image is created in our minds, children? That a lady who is trying to embroider something, her hands are shivering. Alright, so this is imagery. Now let's concentrate on the last quatrain of this poem, children. When aunt is dead, her terrified hands will lie, still ringed with ordeals she was mastered by. The tigers in the panel that she made will go on prancing, proud and unafraid. Now here, the first half of the line, aunt is dead. Here, the death is not the natural death. Here, the death is not the death in real. Here, the death means the lady is as equal to a corpse when she is completely dedicated and surrendering herself for the family. Alright, she doesn't take care of her desires, her dreams, rather she is completely dedicated, isn't it? And that dedication and complete surrendering or complete submission is equal to the death, isn't it? So even after her death, her hands are terrified. She is, even if she is doing complete household work, even if she is dedicating herself completely, all right, even if she is not taking care of her desires, her wishes, still is she happy? Is she able to fulfill her dreams then? No. She is still afraid. She is still terrified. She is still full of anxiety, fear, and is scared. Ringed with ordeals she was mastered by. She is, when she is completely surrendering, to the rules, regulations, traditions, rituals, customs of society, when she is completely surrendering to the taboos of the society, when she is completely surrendering to the needs of her family, and she is facing all the challenges. Ordeals means what? Challenges. And she's going through bad experiences, and she has to complete all the work that she is, master in. Then also she is not happy. All right, she still has to undergo so many things. She is not happy that she's, even after, as I told you in the first lesson, Kamla Das, the my mother at 66, right? I told you in that poem that how the lady was allowed to work after completing the entire household work during the day, isn't it? And at night she was writing. Was she happy in that? No. People say that she was inspired by her husband, but only she knew that she was allowed by her husband to write. All right, so that is also something, the foundation of her marriage, that she was suffering from. She was suffering from male dominance, all right? And here also the lady is suffering from male dominance and had to shut all her desires in a casket. All right, is she allowed to do whatever she wants? No. All right, even if she is surrendering completely, even if she is completing all her work that she is given, she has mastered in, is she allowed to pursue her own dreams after that also? No. Okay, that's why she's unhappy. And the tigers in the panel that she made will go on prancing, proud and unafraid. Now here, the tigers are the male dominating society. Even after her death, when she is actually dead, when she has actually submitted everything, is the society concerned for her? Is the society taking care of her? Is the society actually looking after her? No. They're not even bothered what she is. They're not even concerned for what she is, right? And the tigers, that are the male dominating society, is still moving around with same proud, with same behavior, authoritative behavior, with same oppressive behavior. And the lady being oppressed is no more, is dead, and the males are hardly bothered and hardly concerned about it, and they are not even afraid that what they are doing is right or wrong. Here one more thing can be applied, children. The last two lines, the writer may also be wanting to say that the tiger that she is embroidering, I have told you that the tigers here are denoting two things: the desires of lady and the male dominating society, right? So last two lines may also denote that how a lady, right, how Aunt Jennifer or how Elrin Rich, when she is embroidering the tiger and leaving it. Now this poem will be read by so many ladies, right? And maybe this tiger will run proud and teach ladies how to take a stand for themselves. Alright, so this may be the meaning of these two lines. Now let's concentrate on the word meanings: ordeals, severe or testing challenges and experiences. Masters, she is managing the entire household work, right? Then prancing, we have already read this word in the first paragraph, running with an exaggerated steps, right? Now as far as the poetic devices are concerned, then tigers are the symbolism of two things: desires of lady, all right, and the male dominating society. And alliteration, PP, when the two adjacent or closely related words begin with the same consonant sound. Alright, so this is what we have to learn in this poem, children. I hope you people are learning and making notes of whatever I am saying. Do write few lines that you find are essential for any conclusive answer. Alright, do write the hard words in your books. Do write the poetic devices that I am mentioning in the poem in your book, so that when you are going to study for the final exams, you will not find it difficult to know the meanings and the poetic devices, and some explanation part also. You can pause the video in between and write the explanation, the lines that I'm speaking here, all right, so that you may get to know few lines that you actually need to mention in your answers also in your final exams. All right, so we are done with the poetry, children. We have completed all 5 poetry that are there in your course. Thank you.